I'm just going to start right off by telling you that there's going to be one less fat quarter bundle because I'm keeping one for my stash. I'm Stephanie Soebbing from Quilt Addicts Anonymous, and it is Tula Week here at Quilt Addicts Anonymous. We didn't intend it to be Tula Week, but we managed to get Tiny Beasts in the same week that we finished some bags that feature Tula's last line, Daydreamer. So we've got a couple of Tula videos coming for you this week, and so it's going to be a really fun, really bright week. Today we're going to take a close-up look at Tiny Beasts. This has been a much anticipated collection from Tula, and it is really fun. If you are a Tula fan, you have to have this in your collection. It is one of the ones where she has really knocked it out of the park. It is smaller than her typical really big collection, so it is much more reasonably priced. If that's something that you are concerned about, you'll be able to add it to your stash without breaking the bank too badly. Let's take a look at how beautiful this line is. Of course, it can't be Tula unless we have a rainbow. This is a rainbow of Ladybugs. It's so cute how we've got that ombre rainbow just kind of going in from one color to the next. So this makes a really cool one because from a distance, it looks like a dotted rainbow, and then when you get in close you see those really cute little ladybugs, and they are so fun. So let's take a peek at the next one. So one of the things that Tula does better than anyone is drawing a design that is a design, like this is obviously a flower, but they're hidden images if you look closely. So we look closely, we see our flower. But when we start to look closer, within those flower petals, we see a little fox jumping around in that little pink. And it is so fun and so subtle. And it's just one of those things that sets great art apart because the closer you get to it, the more there is to see. And there is always the case with Tula fabric. This one's really cute. It is a hedgehog that is also a like dandelion puff. Like you can see him, you've got your hedgehog body, and then you have his little prickles are actually little wisps of a dandelion that's gone to seed. And they're just floating away on some of them, and it's really cute. He's in this little pretty field, and it is adorable. Next up, we have some spotted and very colorful deer that are coming out of flowers. So we've got a little flower here, and this one is a flower with a little deer coming out, and it's just so fun. We're going to see this print again in a different colorway. One of the other things that Tula is very good at is incorporating her collection from collection to collection. So here we have our squirrels. I've seen a squirrel from her before, but she also in her basics has stripes and dots. So we have stripes in the acorns, we have dots on the squirrels, and it really, if you use this with her basic collection that goes along with this, it's just going to look fantastic and like it really was meant to all be together. Here's another one that looks more interesting the closer you get to it. From a distance, it just looks like fancy damask wallpaper or something. But when we get closer, we see that our damask is actually a bear with some really big swirly eyes, and there's a bee on his head and a hive above it. And it is just so fun, so beautiful. We've got flowers worked into that as well. And I don't know how she comes up with this stuff. It is so cool how it all intricately works together, and the repeat is just perfect. We saw this one earlier in a pink colorway. Here are those flowers and foxes again, this time in a green and teal. Well, we get a trash panda, aka a raccoon, and he's looking pretty adorable. Again, we're following that damask pattern again with the really bright pops of raccoon in there. And it's really fun because it has this pillar, and the pillar, which looks very fancy, is actually an old-fashioned trash can, the kind Oscar the Grouch would have gotten into. And within it, in this little floral thing, there are different bits of trash. Like we have some fish scales, we have cans of cola, we have just all different things that, and this guy, he's hugging an apple core that he's eaten. It's just all little things that he has scavenged to find, and they are just so cute because it doesn't look like a distance like you have a literal trash can on your fabric. You got to get close to see it. From a distance, it just looks pretty, like a damask pattern, and then you get close and you're like, oh, that's a trash can and a fish skeleton. It's really cool how she incorporated it all. Here's that squirrel print again. This time we have a blue backdrop and the squirrels are pink. I think that this ladybug print would make an adorable children's dress for summertime, just with that blue background and the really fun colors of the ladybug. It is just absolutely fabulous, and I think you could do that and not even need a lining. This would also make a really fun bias binding or a quilt back because there's just so much going on. It's so fun. All right, we have our deer head and our flower petals again. this time in a nice pink colorway, pink and purple orchid. It is really fun. I think this one's my favorite. We have our raccoons again, this time in a purple and still a little bit of orange colorway, but more fuchsia in there. It's really fun, really cute. I love it when Tula does something in this colorway. The first time I saw her do it was with De La Luna, and that green with the purple just is gorgeous. I love that combination when she does it. And I think it makes the bear more pronounced because we can see his nose and ears more, and the focus is more on that beehive. So we can really kind of see more of what's happening with the design, but it is really fun, really gorgeous. And we're going to wrap up with our hedgehogs again. This time we've got a nice green hedgehog, and he stands out more in this colorway than he did in the last one, but super cute, super fun collection, will not last long. Tula Pink never lasts very long, but especially when it's such a really anticipated collection, this is one that you definitely are going to want to jump on. Like I said, I'm keeping one fat quarter bundle for my stash, so there's going to be one less available for all of you. And we also have some half yard and full yard bundles, as well as some yardage if you want to get a lot of any one print, because you want to make kids dress, do some borders, have the backing available. Whatever you want, you just love it and you want to hoard it, that's fine too. I know I have a lot of Tula Pink in my stash that I have done nothing with yet because I just don't have time with 2 small children. And this stuff usually sells before I have to make a quilt from it. But it is just gorgeous and love it, and I can't wait to add this to my someday I will make something beautiful and epic with this Tula stash in my collection. So go grab it, Tiny Beasts from Tula Pink, and stay tuned because later on this week we have some bag kits using Tula's last collection, Daydreamer. All right, thanks for following along. You can get all these goodies over at shop.quiltaddictsanonymous.com.